Not that long ago, I actually reviewed a product called the Car Wash Cannon. This thing was supposed to you just foam your car completely covered and clean. I even bought a product that was for foam blasters to see if this would work, and sadly, it was disappointing. Anyway, so I was talking to a buddy of mine. He said, why don't you just get one for your pressure washer? I was like, what? They have those? He goes, yeah. So I checked out on Amazon, and I picked one of these out. This is sweet. I think it's cool. Anyway, he also said that ArmorAll has this new product called Ceramic or Plus Ceramic. He goes, check that out. So I picked that up too. That's what we're going to check out in this video. If you haven't seen my channel before, this is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. My channel is dedicated to reviewing a whole lot of consumer products, other household items. I specialize in as seen on TV. Hey, if you like that kind of stuff, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and click the bell below. That way you're notified every time I release a video just like this one. One more thing, don't forget to check down the description for my social media, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I would love it if you would follow me there too. Now, let's take a closer look at this ArmorAll Plus Ceramic car wash to see if it could protect our paint. Well, first clean it. Here is our ArmorAll Extra Shield Plus Ceramic Car Wash. I'm real excited to use this product and see if we can get this foaming action. I will say I've used other ArmorAll products that are meant for these foamer sprays, and they are a lot thicker, almost the consistency of dish soap or shampoo. This is really thin, so I'll be interested to see how it works. Now, let's open up the foam sprayer that I purchased. Now, this is not anything special. I just happened to look on Amazon for an actual foam sprayer that hooks up into your pressure washer. All right, so as I unbox this, I noticed that I have, of course, the bottle to put my soap and water in. I have a connection that I hook right into my pressure washer. And then, of course, I have the foam spray nozzle. I should say in the box there was a tube that will connect to here, so that takes the soap out. Anyway, look at this. This is cool. So this is how that liquid goes right through. Let's see if I can put some light on there. And that way you can see this is how the foam will come out. So it's pretty cool. I'm excited to go set it up and start spraying the foam on my car. To assemble this, I take their pre-included hose and I put it inside here. Now this will go inside the bottle with my ceramic car wash. So I read the directions on the car wash and it tells me to add 6 to 8 ounces of this to a 32-ounce bottle. Now this one reads up here to 30 ounces right there. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if I can get a better focus. Maybe not. Anyway, so it says 30 ounces right there. What I will say is if I go up a little higher, I'm going to guess that's going to be 32 ounces. So there I have that. So this is my bottle all set up. I like that it has this quick connect here. So now I can hook this to my pressure washer and use this foaming gun. But the cool thing is when I'm ready to rinse it off, I can release the quick connect and use one of the tips here to make this sort of like a shorter pressure washing arm or shorter pressure washing gun. I like that. So now I'm going to go mix in my 6 to 8 ounces of the ceramic. I'm probably going to start with 6 and move up from there. And then my water. And I should have said this too, but I do have a nozzle on top, which I'm guessing says more or less foam, but we'll practice that as we go outside. So what I did is I took the 15-ounce mark right here and I filled up about half. So I figured it's between 6 and 8. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna fill the rest of this with water and then I'm gonna hook it to my pressure washer. So this is a little wet. I did rinse it off. I just wanted to show you some of the dirt. There's like pollen around here, some bird poop that's on here. It's just a little dirty, right? So now I'm gonna try with the foaming sprayer and the ArmorAll ceramic to see if I can get this thing coated in foam and cleaned. So the directions tell us to pre-wet this so it's already wet, of course, and then we're gonna work in 4-foot sections. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually spray the product on. It's gonna be the foaming action, and then I'm gonna use a brush to scrub it down a little bit, and then I'll rinse it off with the pressure washing tip for the attachment here. But we are all mixed up, ready to go. I have my about 8 ounces or so of the ceramic mix in here. I've mixed it up and shaken it. There's water in there. So now let's foam this thing down, just the hood first. We'll scrub it down, rinse it off, and move on to the next section. Now that we've foamed it, I'm going to scrub it down with my brush and then rinse it off. The directions just tell us to work it in there and don't let it dry on there. Once we work it in, we can rinse it off and we should be protected. I'm ready to spray it off. Now I did test to make sure my 40-degree bit here is locked in, because there's nothing like shooting one of those at a car that put a dent in it. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to rinse off this beast. Once rinsed off, you're supposed to towel dry, but look at now how this stuff is all bubbling up there. I feel as though my paint is protected. Let me dry it off. I'm now completely dry here. I should have said from the beginning that I started out in the shade because that's what the directions asked, or at least I thought I was in the shade, but now clouds have moved and the sun's moved a little. So I'm a little bit in the sun, but it's still okay. But this paint feels really, really smooth. Now I'm gonna continue on to the rest of the vehicle, 4 feet at a time. I've worked it all in, and yes, I did have a little coverage on the top again, and I'll just dry that off. But now let me just use the pressure washer again and rinse this off. So the hood here and this entire side has been protected with the ceramic wax and wash. And I will say the directions do tell you to start from the top area and move down. For the video, I started with the hood. Now in real life, I probably wouldn't do that. I'd start with the sides and stuff because you saw that I had some splash over, and all it really was rinsing it back off and drying it, but then you don't want to make double work for yourself. Now that the Jeep is nice and protected, I'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think of these ceramic coating waxes for your car? Have you used them before? Do you like them? Let me know down in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. Now, we're going to try it on a vehicle that's a little older and maybe the paint isn't as nice, to see if we get the same results. I like this stuff so much on the Jeep that I'm going to try it on the Pilot too. Now, this paint is much older and it definitely feels more rough, okay? So it's a lot rougher than the other one, so I'll be interested to see if that smooths out. Also, I want to see if it shines. Yet again, we have a super clean finish, and it is really soft. Now, I will say, when I say soft, I mean smooth, right? So I will say it's not as smooth or soft as the Jeep, but that's a newer vehicle. But still, this is much better than it was before. It was gritty before, now I can just glide my hand across. I'm really impressed with this, and I like that the paint will be protected. I wanted to point out these pieces right here. That's what makes the foaming spray, or how wide it is. And if you take this black dial, you can actually move it back and forth and adjust the spray and how wide it is. In this video, we were looking at the ArmorAll Extreme Shield Plus Ceramic Car Wash. Well, what did I think of it? You know what? It was pretty great. It really cleaned my vehicle and I was really impressed. It is important, however, to follow all the steps exactly. One, you pre-rinse it, you get your cannon hooked up, you soap it down, 4-foot sections, you scrub it down really well with a brush or a rag or whatnot, and then you rinse it off and immediately dry it, because all those steps really sink the solution into your paint and really provide that protective coating. I found that when I was drying it, it really, really seemed to pop. And I was like, wow, that's really impressive. What didn't I like? Realistically, just the length of time and effort you have to put in. This is not something simple. You just spray on and rinse off and dry. No, you actually have to put the effort to scrub it and really dry it, and it takes a long time, about 30 minutes per vehicle, just so you know that. Anyway, if this is something that interests you, I will leave links down in the description. I'll try to link the ArmorAll product as well as the pressure washing cannon if you don't already have one. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for you. As always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day. No, it's not what you think. I'm not going to make you sit through yet another one of my videos washing a car. What I'm going to do is what's known as the ceramic test, where I stick a bottle on top of the hood and it slides off, well, after it's been treated. Look at that now, just sitting there. Let's see what happens after I treat this. We are foamed. Now it's time to scrub, rinse, and dry. Here we are, all dried off and ready to go, and I think it looks nice. Now, it's important to have realistic expectations because, after all, this paint is 11 years old, and yes, I do see some imperfections still. That's okay, but we are here for the bottle test. Let's set it on and see what happens. Whoa, it glided right off. That is smooth. I really do appreciate that you stayed around for my entire review of this ArmorAll Extreme Shield Plus Ceramic Car Wash solution. You know what? In this video, I referenced a product I reviewed not that long ago called the Car Wash Cannon, which is another foaming device. And if you didn't see that, I'm going to link it right up here. And I would love it if you would click on this link. And when you do, by the magic of the internet, I'm going to join you at that review. So go ahead, click it. It's safe. I promise.